What up, dog? What's the deal with you, man? Welcome into the new year and shit, you know what I'm saying? And everything else. Man, I guess last night I intended to just sit still by myself. You know what I'm saying? It's been a year, man. But I guess it's been a year for everybody. I don't like to commiserate. I don't like to do the victim Olympics. Something being bad for me don't mean something should be bad for you. I don't like that shit. But when I look around, or when I talk around, even people that they made the triumphs they wanted to, it was still a year of great challenge. Today, not today, but over this year, I came face to face with my own mortality in the worst way. Almost lost my hand, which I have to say that's the most thankful thing I'm thankful for, man, because don't nobody love me like they say they do, and ain't nobody gonna be there how they, ain't no one cares about being there like they said they would. Shit, when I was down, what I noticed is no one cares enough about themselves to be there for me how I may need them to be there for me. Facts. Juan-O had 3 months of bills to the side. But what I didn't have is 3 months worth of what everything I do for everybody else. And 1 month of doing what I do for everybody else, on top of what I have to do for me, equates to 3 months of what it costs me to live. So you can bust the math from right there. You know what I'm saying? And I live life more like Slim, not like Birdman, even though you may see me out here Birdmaning. So, I always have money. I do not always have cash. Straight up, I do not always have cash, you know what I'm saying? Cash is fickle, you know what I'm saying? It's good, but it ain't even king no more. Cash is fickle. And then the number one problem us black men have that be getting money is while you sitting there holding that cash, it's not making no money. And that's why we don't get rich like we should, you know what I'm saying? Shit, if you was a drug dealer back in the 80s and you dropped 10 bands in an annuity back then, and let's say you ain't even put no more money in that bitch, that shit would be $1 million already. And if you did it before, what was that? If you did it before the changes in 86, 87, then shit, they probably can't even fuck with that money. But I digress from that. Chilling with my cousins and them and my uncle. You know, I'm the entertainer of the family. Not because I rap, but just for whatever reason, I'm entertaining. I don't mean to be that way, it just happens. And so me getting shot was kind of like a big deal, but it's also a big deal because nobody wanted to say nothing. I'm like an extremely positive person, even though you may see me cussing some people out and it's clearly things I don't like. I'm very positive, you know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what it is you trying to do. I'm gonna be inspired by the fact you trying to do it. And if it's something I could do to help you, I'll do it. I really don't give a fuck. Fuck it, you know what I'm saying? Seen a nigga build a house with rocks before, you know? I would've got him a wheelbarrow. I'm that nigga. So, everybody wanted to ask me how I felt, man, and like, more or less, I haven't really got the chance to deal with how I feel about being shot because in the process of seeing myself about to get shot, the fact of is my life something to fight for stunned me. Why the fuck did I have to ask myself that question? Well, I had to ask myself, is my life worth killing somebody for? Which is kind of funny because I clearly lay somebody out for some money, but my own self-value was kind of low at that moment. And you say, how is that? Because my self-value was kind of predicated on how the people around me treat me. And in that moment, I knew if I ain't make it, they was all gonna bust down some cheese, some paper. You know what I'm saying? I knew that. But that question, what was they getting with me staying? Because they damn sure don't appreciate a nigga. And then it was a question of what am I getting with me staying? Because again, they don't appreciate a nigga. You know what I'm saying? I say it's a whole lot of usury. It's a whole lot of forgetfulness. It's a whole lot of people agreeing to do things just so they can get me to do something, and then they don't keep up they have. It's a whole lot of trying to bleed me dry. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. I don't get it. People get on the internet and they say men like me don't exist. But in real life, there's plenty of us, and every single one I know is having the life sucked out of it. For no fucking reason. None. Do you think all the deadbeat fathers get a phone call every day telling them what's wrong with ain't writing the complaints? Hell no. Hell no. Only responsible fathers get them unnecessary phone calls. Why is that? Why is that? You think a mother got something to say about the son that sleeps in the house when he says he's gonna? She got shit to say. But the one that's out here moving and grooving, she always got something to say. And people tell you they care about your mental health. They don't. And that's what I got the chance to see firsthand. You know, all the things I planted seeds in that didn't nobody want to invest in, all that shit is growing. It ain't started to bear fruit, but it's growing. And it seemed like people would rather shade my trees than get out of my way. And then on top of that, don't nobody want to pay for being in my way. And I'm supposed to be happy about it. I'm not even supposed to say anything. You know what I'm saying? And apparently, you know what? We'll say that for another YouTube. You know what I'm saying? They say I need to be more transparent, but I don't know how much more transparent you could be. You know? They talk about men cheating, but I'm going to tell you something, man. I don't give a fuck if you married. You fall the wrong way next to the wrong person, your ass is ass out. Period. And after being down, you never know the reasons somebody in your season. You just don't know. You just don't motherfucking know. But the time with you being down is the time where all that shit gonna start to show. I'm bad. Weather changing. Gotta give me some Kleenex. But all in all, I'm not tripping. I got my hand. I'm moving and grooving. So I'm gonna get to it. Like, that's the big thing. Like, now that you're aware and you know what the problem is, you know what I'm saying? It ain't my place for me to go rag on nobody or none of that shit. It is my place to be like, yo, I ain't doing that no more. You know you just did me like this, right? And everybody in denial about that shit, because typically, I just toss money around because it's like grease on the wheels. This money here ain't the money I want. I'm trying to get to that money. This money here is a tool to get to that money. And that's pretty much my, you know, but at the same time, that don't make what other people doing to a nigga is cool. It don't. And a lot of us out here paying for shit. And taking care of situations for people to treat us like we not. I just want to let all you fellas know, like, that's abuse. We taking abuse. We're being abused. It's never about what you want. It's never about what you got going on. You know, I made one statement about wanting a car and making enough money to have that car. Do you know how many men have said something to me about that statement in that same goddamn situation? That's sad. That's sad. That's sad that you end up in a situation where it's supposed to be a family, but it's never about what you want. It's never about what you need. It's never about what you got going on. And then when you lose it or you act out, And then people say, I don't know why he was such a good guy. No, he was a nigga in the position he was stuck in. He was somebody trying to do his best. He was a forgotten soldier. That's what the fuck he was. But all people gonna talk about is how you snap. But ain't nobody gonna stand up there and say, yo, we put all this pressure on him. We ain't give a fuck about what he was going through. We used him. We wasted his money. We laughed behind his back. We talked. They ain't gonna say that shit. So, all in all, I say that to say this. Don't wait another 365 days to make changes, dog. Don't. And no matter what you do, they gonna say you a bad father while you here. That's a fact. I just realized that one. My married homies, my single homies, and the players. Even though they got their kids every day taking care of shit that ain't their problem, they gotta be a bad dad because they did something with their dick once or twice. But let me tell you something. Ain't none of these women been faithful. None of them. But us men got too much respect for the unions. So men don't walk around talking about how mommy was unfaithful. Men don't walk around saying how mommy giving that pussy away makes her a bad mommy. So why does daddy giving that dick away make him a bad daddy? Why? I don't get it. I really don't get it. And then, what is your responsibility in the situation? You know what I'm saying? I can say personally myself, I always felt supported to be what somebody else wanted me to be or do what somebody else wanted me to do. That support has never transitioned into what I want to do in a relationship. And then the times it did, it only went so far. I got big dreams. You can't tell me like, you support me and I go to building a foundation for this big ass dream. And as soon as I get done pouring the concrete for the foundation, you look at me like this is where we supposed to be. Like, hell no. I can't do that. Most men feel like that's death. You know what I'm saying? You may want to be with somebody, but do that mean you want to quit growing as an individual? Do that mean you should stop growing as an individual? No. No. And how much responsibility is your responsibility? Because a lot of us men is doing more shit than is our responsibility. And we get no appreciation, no recognition, no acknowledgement, no payment back for that. We get nothing. Now, am I sitting here on my fuck everybody, I ain't doing nothing for nobody no more? No, I ain't on that. But I am more aware of what it is I'm doing and not doing for myself. And I am going to be more aware of what it costs me to do things for other people that's not going to do it for me. You know what I'm saying? Because what I've come to notice is all while somebody's asking me for something, their intentions or what they're telling me is how they'll do this for me and that for me. And, oh, if you ever need it, I would be there for you. But it's easy to say that when you're talking to a person that's never needed. It's like a good bet. You know what I'm saying? It's like going into the casino and betting in the field. The chances of you hitting one of them numbers is like so much greater than any other bet on the field, on the table, that is damn near a safe bet. It's only going to be a few times you're going to lose. And then the times that you lose, you're going to be the one so much already that it don't matter. You might be the one $30 before you lost 10. So what you got? You still up 20. And I have allowed people to treat me like I'm not even noticing. You know what I'm saying? And really, I'm not even caring because my life is about me. But it ain't been about me enough because I've been missing that part. And for every 10 I got from somebody, I gave them 30. So everybody around me is a bad bet, but I'm a good bet for them. And a motherfucker will speak to me like they don't notice that. And that's what I noticed since I got shot. You know what I'm saying? That nigga tried to take my life. He ended up saving me. You know what I'm saying? And that's that. On that side of the game, on the other side of that situation is, ain't nobody give me a chance. no sooner than that situation happened, everybody in my circle or family, whatever, they all start shuffling for what was best or what they thought they should do, totally forgetting like, yo, this is my situation. Not only is this my situation, I'm the leader here. Not only is this my situation, I'm the leader here. When shit got bad, I didn't fold. And then when it really went bad, I was standing tall. Not only was I standing tall, my finances and my affairs was intact. So with that being said, I just exercised all proper muscle. But do you think I was treated and talked to like that? Hell, fuck no. I had more people try to fight. I had more people, and it's kind of sad because these was all loved ones. I had more people try to fight me with that cast on my arm than I had trying to fight me in the last 20 years. And that last 20 years includes my D-boy past too. Crazy. And nobody talks about how this or that person may look for trying to basically fight a handicapped person. But everybody talk about how I handled it. Is that right? And that's something I'm starting to come notice. Like, if you a man and you standing on any type of success or any type of standard or any type of anything, no matter what happens, it's your fault. No matter what happens, it's something you could have did differently. It's something that you could have did better. And as unfair as that is, it's quite frankly the motherfucking truth. And I'm not sure exactly what any of us could, should, or would do about that. But it is what's going on. It is what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm about to take care of this little business. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to share something else with y'all. I think I'm going to get out of landlord and divest myself and take it all the way over into the market, man. Yeah. It's becoming pretty clear to me, life and good businesses and things like that, they not built on tangible things. And the tangible things people build up, they just build them up to sell them off so they can get over into intangible things that is a whole lot easier to carry around and pays you a lot more money. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with people is taxing. And that's another part of the black tax, because we always pick to do things for a living where we have to deal with people, knowing how people are, especially our people. Anyways, with that being said, man, so like everybody having a mental health problem or feeling like they gonna break or feeling like they can't take it or nothing like that, man, I don't want to be inconsiderate and say shake that shit off, but pretty much you got to, because chances is it's somebody or a couple of people in your life that's been pushing and pulling you either way. And that's what got you in that situation. You got away from being you and started trying to fit into being what somebody else wanted you to be, or what somebody else was trying to make you to be. And that's why your brain can't function right, because you keep trying to fit in the box, but you're not a square peg. You might be a fucking oval. You might be a circle. You might be a lot of things, but what you ain't is what you've been trying to be for them. And trust me, bro, while you're trying to be something for them, they are not going to remember. They are not going to appreciate it. And if you fall trying to be the person they want you to be, they are not going to help you. Facts. Not going to help you. But if you the person you want to be, then none of that shit matter. And the people around you gonna be around you because they actually love you, because why else would they be around you? And that's pretty much that, man. And you ain't got to keep telling everybody yes for you to be the best. As long as you know you doing your job and you doing what you supposed to do and you showing up when you supposed to show up, like, you just gonna have to start patting yourself on the back, dog. Because ain't nobody else gonna do it. Not even your woman, not your kid's mother, not your wife, not your mother, especially if you the responsible child. Chances is, if you the responsible child, hearing anything good about you being a responsible child is going to be far and in between. It's going to always be what you can, could, should, or would do, period. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't going to tell you to take that personal either. I'm going to tell you to just take that with a grain of salt, man. And I try not to listen to nobody's criticisms. I try not to take nobody's congratulations, because then I got to take their criticisms. You know what I'm saying? And quite frankly, once people get into giving you congratulations and criticisms, their criticisms going to get louder than their congratulations, even if they don't mean it to be that way. You know what I'm saying? And quite frankly, I gotta be real with myself the same way you need to be real with yourself. Ain't nobody in my life gonna ride for me how I ride for them. So that means two things. One, I need to get a better class or a better quality of people in my life. I'm not willing to leave somebody hanging that wouldn't leave me hanging. I'm just not willing to do that. But some people are beyond willing to do that. Matter of fact, some people want to put you in a position to where they can leave you hanging. They want you to help them so much that them not returning one thing could just ruin your whole shit. And there's so many people lining up to take it. That thing that happened to that girl in Mexico, that wasn't the first friend murdered by friends. Motherfuckers do that shit to each other financially, credit-wise, business-wise, all the time, reputation-wise. Friends just eking at everything you built, kicking your Legos and shit. Family, trust me, seen it, done it, been through it. Got a t-shirt wearing that motherfucker underneath this sweater, I promise you. Anyway, we out this bitch. We gonna get it in. And we gonna do some more days in the life of moving and grooving. Paper pursuing.